Hello, I'm That James Guy, and this is my 2008 Kawasaki KLR 650 Gen 2. I don't know what to say about it, and I've been neglecting it because it is broken. I got home from my motorcycle trip, didn't really think too much about it. I pulled up to the garage door, put my kickstand down, and the engine died. And I was like, well, that's weird. Oh well. Went about my day, pushed it inside, unloaded my bike. Went to ride it the next day and hit the starter button to find nothing happening. So quickly noticed that the neutral light was not on, even though it's in neutral. So it would only start if I pulled the clutch and had the kickstand up. All right. So I got in there, found the neutral switch, and I basically jumped the wire going to it to ground. You can see here what I've done. I wrapped it around a bolt and jammed it into the countershaft sprocket cover, and the light is always on now. So it cranks, it runs, but I don't have any of the safety stuff. So like if I have it in gear, turn the bike on, hit the starter, it'll start moving. So we need to get in there and we need to sort out what the heck is wrong with that switch. I did ohm check it. It is an OL, open circuit, no matter what gear I'm in. So I think we're gonna have to flip this bike onto its side because that sensor or that switch is below the oil level. So if we can get it onto its side, clean it off a bit so we don't get any dirt falling in the engine. And I'm hoping we could get that switch, take it out. Maybe we can fix it. We won't have to buy a new one. Sometimes these older switches, like my V-Strom starter button, I rebuilt that. It was super easy. Video. Maybe we can fix it. Hoping so that we can just do a quick fix on this thing. We'll see what happens here. Let's get started. All right, this seems somewhat stable-ish. Not really against a sawhorse. I wiggled it. It'll be fine, right? Always, it'll be fine. Here we go. Just gonna pull this counter shaft guard off. Here's my little wire I added. Right, you can see right here, I've added a wire in. Here's the connector. And all I did was add a strand, put that in there and ground it. So the switch is right there. You can see it. The end of it, it is all grubby in there. So I'm gonna get a bucket and some brake clean. Soak that up, clean that area so we don't have to worry about it. Junk falling in the engine. There we go, right here. So, anybody know what size that is? 16? Oh, I'm way off. Oh yeah. Now I might be met with a rush of oil, but I guess we'll see, right? Probably a sealing washer, but we'll just leave that behind. Here's our little magic switch. So, see here, something inside, pushes that, and grounds. I don't know if it's supposed to be open right now or closed right now. Who knows? I do see something in the hole. Kind of worried that maybe there was something wrong inside the transmission and it's not pushing on this switch. There's definitely a ball thing in there. And to me, that would make it seem like the thing that's supposed to be there pushing on the end of this guy is in fact there. So let's get the multimeter out. Here's our switch. We will check the continuity. I've already done this, and you can see no matter what I do here, we have OL on this thing. Oh yeah, always test your multimeter. See, it's good. All right, I think I've just discovered something. I now have continuity between the pin on the end of this switch and the ball. Okay, so I don't think there's contacts in here, folks. I think this is just, it's grounding through that thingy inside the transmission to the transmission through that pin. Whatever's on the shift drum comes by here, it touches this, and then it grounds through the shift drum and into the chassis. And what I did, I don't think I was getting continuity here before, but what I did is I had a set of vice grips around this sensor like this, and the other set of vice grips on the pin, and I just rotated it back and forth, so perhaps now it did something in there, maybe just by moving it around like this, but I definitely have that continuity now to the end. It doesn't matter what I do with it, I can push it in and out and it still has continuity. So I'm gonna screw this back in and see what we got here. So exciting. Probably a false alarm, but whatever. Okay, throw this wire back on, turn the key on. If that light turns on, we should be good. Yes! Friggin' awesome. All right, let's get this bike upright so we can check to make sure it goes out when it goes into gear. Here we go. Light is on. Light is off because it's in gear. Did I do a thing? I think I did a thing. Now, it starts. Oh my word, this is such good news. Fixed. There you have it, folks. This just shows how easy these things can be to fix sometimes. We confirmed that that switch actually isn't a switch. It's just a way of current. The switch is actually between the shift drum and the little pin on the end of it. So it just basically grounds it to chassis whenever that drum comes around, a little bump on the drum. So anyway, they always say the cheapest thing on a KLR is the rider. I guess this proves it. I could have just went and bought a new switch, but I started messing around and I ended up fixing it. So here we go. I hope you found this useful or at least mildly entertaining. I will see you next time.